Welcome to The Purpose Effect. I'm David Rosenfeld, your Wednesday host, coming to you at 4:30 in the morning on a Friday because of reasons I will share with you during today's podcast. We are The Purpose Effect, myself and Alicia Limbo, my co-host, and this is a podcast for us to share with you our purpose and to guide and model and hopefully lead a movement where we work on being healthier humans, healthier physically, healthier emotionally, and healthier spiritually. One of the things that we have told you in the past and what we're going to be doing is picking a theme for the week, and Alicia will speak with you on Mondays about our theme, and I will come in on Wednesdays, and then on Fridays we'll come to you together. This week's theme was picked out, and we are working on what I was going to call getting off the porch and beginning to share your light. Light is what brings us in front of other people. When your light is shining well, people want some of that. And that's a good thing because we have so much darkness and negativity in our world today that it's time for a change, and that's what we want to do. We have a purpose to change people's attitudes and get you to shift your perspective. So instead of going on with what I had planned, let me share about my week and some of my challenges and some of the things that I've had to overcome and how I've managed them. We've been having some work done on our home. People who work for me, actually subcontractors, and they came in and they did some work, and we thought it was done. We had it completed, and roofers came out to do their portion of the work. And after they uncovered everything that was covered in plastic because of the weather, we found that there was a problem. The framers had made a pretty serious mistake, and they didn't put a big enough beam in, and the 37-foot span of the garage was sagging. And the roofers were like, no, this isn't right. We can't do this. And they, stopped their work. And I've had problems with this framer since I asked him to come and work here, and I can't unchange the choice I made, but what I can do is change my perspective. So we came up with a plan. They came to fix it, which they have done partially. They've got it new beam placed, and the garage is back together enough the roofers can come back and finish. But in the past, this would have just destroyed me. I would have been standing out there yelling and screaming and throwing things and firing people and just losing my control. And part of what my mission in being healthier emotionally is not living so close to the edge that I can't stop and control myself. So when all this went down, yeah, I did. I lost my shit for, I lost it for about 20 seconds. And I thought about my new purpose. I thought about you. I thought about this example I'm trying to set and the lessons I'm trying to learn. And I caught myself. And I stopped. And I, in a very calm fashion, explained to the subcontractor that my expectations were that this job would be fixed as quickly as possible and that there would be no excuses. I set my boundaries, but I didn't lose control. And that's better. And that's exactly what this is about. It's not about being perfect. It's about being better. We all can be better. And this is where I took it this week. So my process was difficult. I've been running this business for off and on 39 years to some degree or another. And, my go-to has always been guerrilla mode, yelling and screaming and throwing things and making people submit to what I want because I was the biggest bear in the valley. That's okay if you want to be a bear, but I'm not. I'm a man and I'm a human, and I want people to see me as a good man. So, in order to feel like a good man, I need to change. I need to recognize. First thing that goes into this is recognizing a need for a change. Right? When I thought it was okay to just fly off the handle because people did what I wanted when I did that, there's no need to change. Right? It's okay. It works. Why mess with formula that works? But it didn't work for me. It's not healthy. That high anxiety and stress and living so close to the edge of the cliff all the time will take a tax on you. And it was taking a tax on my health. And the stress level was unmanageable, and my rheumatoid arthritis was going crazy, and. So my first step, and this has been a while ago, was recognizing the need for change. Now that I've recognized the need, taking action, you know, living an intentional life, thinking things through, analyzing what am I getting this way? How do I get it another way? How do I make it a healthier situation for myself, both physically and emotionally, and ultimately spiritually as well? And that's by changing my behavior. Stopping, taking a breath. I take a breath. I do a 4 count. I let it out. I do a 4 count. I do this a few times, and I can gather my wits back about me and control myself. We all have the ability to change. That's what this is about. We want to show everybody that you can make a difference not only in the world, but in your world. You know, we keep coming back to the same few things, and that's going to be for a while because the need is great. We need to find a way to work on this goal of being our best selves. As Alicia would say, leaning into the uncomfortable. Very uncomfortable for me to have to try and be civil and manage this difficult situation with someone who I'm very frustrated with. But in trying to be a better man, I require of myself different things. And one of those things is being fair and reasonable, even when I don't necessarily want to be. You know, sometimes when you release the anger, it makes you feel better. But, you know, it's like putting nails in a board. You can put the nails in and pull them back out, and I can apologize for being a jerk when I lose my temper to not only the person I'm aimed at, who may or may not deserve the apology, but what about everybody else that has to deal with the anxiety that creates? You know, if you're yelling at your wife in front of the kids, you say, "Oh, I wasn't yelling at the kids, it was just her, she, blah, 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 blah." Well, you know what? Your kids are still catching that. They're still hearing it. They're still absorbing it. And they don't unhear it. These people don't unhear the things that we say to them or in front of them. So in changing my behavior, I'm not only helping my physical health as I lower my stress level, but I'm also helping my emotional health because I'm learning to not live so close to the cliff that keeps me uncomfortable and makes me come into this place where I'm, you know, not okay. I'm not okay with the person that I am. I'm not okay with the situations that it creates. So, you know, that's how I find myself here on a Friday morning doing my Wednesday podcast, because I just got overwhelmed and I kept thinking I could get it done. And then Wednesday evening, I went out and I did it, and I filmed my podcast for 25 minutes. And when I went to download it, for some reason or another, the camera had decided that it should bite it into 3-minute and 30-second bits, and difficult to download. And the learning curve on new equipment is going to be a little bit of fun, but I will figure out the proper settings and we'll move forward with that next week. But this week, I had to get my stuff together, and I don't give up. Didn't go the way I wanted on Wednesday. I tried yesterday. Yesterday got crazy busy. Amanda's not been feeling well. I had to take her to make sure that she was on a good path towards feeling better, which she is. I had a staff meeting at work. We had stuff to do. And by the time I got back, they were still working on my house. And it was just overwhelming. I didn't have it in me last night. I had a little bit to eat and I went to sleep. But do I beat myself up and give up and throw my hands up in the air and say, oh my gosh, I can't do this, blah, 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 blah. Or do I suck it up, come in here, tell you guys what's going on, talk with Alicia later this morning, explain to her my sitch a little bit, apologize for not doing what I wanted, the way I wanted, but also being proud of myself for sucking it up and putting it out here this morning and making sure that I don't fail, right? There's a difference between a delay and a failure. I don't give up. I don't quit. Sometimes I have to adjust and overcome different things. But that's what living a life of purpose is. You don't let the obstacles stop your growth. You don't let the obstacles prevent you from moving forward. You don't get defeated to the point where we allow the darkness to come back in. You know, we're supposed to be talking about beginnings and light and bringing a new shtick to life, as our guest is going to talk about later in the other Friday podcast that's going to be coming out. We all have the ability to stop and start. The best way to start is to just do it. Quit contemplating, quit thinking about it, as Alicia would say, stop floating. I would say quit messing around, or probably some other language that I'm working on also. But how do you do that, right? It's just like the journey. One step. You know, when I took the breath, calmed myself down, that was one step. Was that the solution? Did it fix the problem? Absolutely not. Did it get me on a path where I could manage the situation and then work through it? Yes. And that's, you know, where we all come together. We all can just start right this minute. Better path. Don't need to wait until tomorrow. Not until next Monday. I'll start a diet on Monday. How many times have you heard that from the person who just can't seem to lose weight? Because it's not, life is not a tomorrow action. We're not designed to put things off because we become complacent and it becomes easy to put things on the back burner and on the back burner and put it away. And, you know, before you know it, a decade has come and gone and you haven't grown. I'm 60 years old. A decade goes by really fast, people. Find it within yourselves to live this life that we're talking about. The rewards are amazing. The way it feels when I speak with somebody and they listen to me, and they not only they listen, but they hear me, and I get to share my purpose, and it starts to click. I was sharing with someone I've known for a long time yesterday in the evening about this new project, and she was like, oh my God, this is amazing. What brought you here? And the truth is the conversations that I've had with people just like this lady. She's someone that I've worked with, and we've known each other. I've watched her have a couple kids, and so we have a long-term interaction relationship. And when I can see people become excited and want a part of this, it makes it really easy for me to do the hard stuff. When I was thinking about and will continue to think about these situations that come up, I'm going to step back and go, hey, I'm trying to show people that I can do this. I'm trying to show myself that I can do this. And I'm a pretty determined guy. When I make a commitment to do something, I usually do pretty well. So, that's my commitment here. My commitment is to do my best. Not about perfection. That's something we can all strive for the rest of our lives. But better, right? Being a better person who's able to deal with a difficult situation a little bit better and a little bit better. We're back to the 0.5%. If I can be 0.5% better at it every time I deal with it for the next 200 situations, then I will be 100% better. That's valuable. Little steps, small gains, big progress. I'm proud of myself. It's not easy for me to control my temper. It's been an anger thing that I've dealt with most of my life. But I don't like that part of myself. I've identified that and I'm consciously figuring it out. So all of this is how I've gotten to this particular moment in this podcast. Now let's talk about the subject of the week. So stick the shtick. Stop. Grab a new piece. Let's get on with it. When you stop making excuses, and you can be being a really great person, you can be doing good things, but it feels like it's empty. It feels a little hollow because it's not your purpose. We can try to be good people and do, good deeds and good works and, be a community member, work at the PTA, be on the town council. But is that your purpose? Is it what you do, or is it your purpose? When I discovered my purpose, which has been very, very recently, the hard work becomes exciting and challenging, not difficult and overwhelming. Getting up this morning, shaving my face, and coming here and doing this and owning up to the week is a little bit difficult. I'm a little prideful. I like to think that I can manage these situations, but I didn't. Bottom line is I didn't manage it as well as I wanted to. So I got to set aside my shtick and I've got to shine my light. The bosses aren't going to be here from this framing crew today. The laborers will be here, and I will go make sure that all of them understand how much I appreciate their efforts, while I'm still a little bit upset with their boss because he didn't just manage this project properly from the beginning. I didn't spill that over. I was able to shine a little bit of light instead of just becoming this overwhelming dark cloud. And that's where we're going. Let's be the light. It's easy to be the cloud. Everybody can be gloomy Gus. It's really hard to be upbeat and spread the light even when you're feeling a little dim yourself. But by doing that, it brightens the light. You get out there and you smile and you say good morning and you wish people a good day, and it feels good. Open the door for a stranger. Smile at someone you don't know. Just be nice. It's so easy but so uncommon. Get out there. Stop being intimidated or afraid and just go be good people. Go and intentionally be kind. Go and shift your perspective to see the kindness, to see the goodness. We're also focused on the things that we don't like about one another, that things have gotten confused. We're not communicating well. So let's communicate with light and kindness. I've never had anybody say, wow, look at that guy. He's so polite. I don't like him. I don't think that that's a thing. I think it's pretty cool when people are polite. I think everybody appreciates it because it makes them feel valuable. It makes you feel seen. And the invisibility of our society is one of the things that allows people the comfort of behaving poorly because they're anonymous. They're never going to see that person again. Well, I'm asking you to be accountable to every person, whether you're going to see him again or not. What's the saying? Integrity is how you behave when nobody's watching. Well, kindness is for everybody. It's not just for the people who you can get something from or the people who you feel you owe it to because of their rank or position or whatever. Being the light, shine on the people around you, reflect the benefits of living a life of purpose, having intent so that you are working towards your purpose. Change your perspective, shift it around to where it's more healthy for yourself and the people in your circle, and you will find life gets better. The people around you will notice. I've had people in the office take notice. A couple people might be a little scared. They're not used to me being quiet. They're wondering what's going on. What's going on is change. What's going on is light. What's going on is learning and listening and growing. And that's what we're getting from this podcast, from the guests that we have, from the books that we recommend, from the readings that we do, from the scriptures that Alicia shares. It's all about becoming better forms of ourselves. And as I come to the conclusion of this, not what I expected, but very much feel I needed to share podcast, I would like to say that the Purpose Effect is Alicia Limbo and myself, David Rosenfelt, coming to you 3 times a week with stories and anecdotes and tools to live in purpose. Ways that we can all come together as a community to create a lifestyle of purpose. So that's an open invitation to everybody who's listening or watching to please join our community, find your purpose, lean into the uncomfortable, and let's grow together. We can do this. We can become the shining light. It may be overwhelming to change the world, but it's really easy for our behavior to improve, and that will change our world. And if we change our individual worlds for the better, if I do it, Alicia does it, Deanne does it, you do it, we all do it, suddenly we're going to look up and find that we've changed the world, not just our little world. I believe in us. I believe in good. I believe in kindness. I believe in growth. And I believe in you. I believe that you, our listening audience, has the power to change. That you have the power to live in your purpose and you have the power to shine light on your life and the situations that you come into. So as we go forward, I would like to leave you with our purpose for the week. Purpose of the week is to shine some light. Thank you very much. I'm David Rosenfeld. I appreciate you. Let's all find our purpose.